Hello everybody and welcome to a new tutorial from Garden of Designs. Today we are making the sunflower doll. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video and share it. So let's start! When making a doll, we first start with the legs. Here you can see we do the contour stitches on the stabilizer. And after this we will place some fabric for the legs. After we place the fabric, it will do some stitches to hold it in place. This is the first doll that we tried legs with an opening on top, so you will see we attached the legs after the doll was done, but after that we switched it, and if you have the files for this doll, you have to put the legs in with the body, just like the others. But you can also add them later by hand. It's up to you entirely. So now you can see it made the stitches for the shoes, and then we place some fleece over it for the legs, and now we are cutting only for the legs, for the shoes, and now we are cutting the top part, and it will do a satin stitch and then some decorative stitches on her shoes. And after this is all done, we place some fabric for the back of the shoes. You can see the top part of the fabric was aligned with the shoes, because that part will remain unsewed. So be careful to align the top part of the shoes with the back with the front. And now we just add the second layer of fabric for the legs face down, and it will do the final contour. And it's all done. We are going to take it out of the hoop and cut around the legs. Leave an opening for when you will stuff the legs, because this is the part you will do after finishing the body. So you can see we cut around the legs, and the top part of the legs remains open. If you saw the videos, the top part was closed, but we decided to leave it open so it does not bulk up when you are using a single needle machine, and some of you have told us that it will be better for that part to be open. And you can see now we started working on the leaves, or the hands, if you like to call them like that. Of course, we did a contour stitch on the stabilizer, added some minky with the facing up, with the right side facing up. And now it does some detailing, so they look like leaves. And it will do the same for the other one. And then we will just add some another piece of minky on top of this. Of course, that will be face down. And it will do the final contour, leaving an opening so you can turn the leaves inside out. Here is the fabric, and it will do the contour. That's it for the first one, and now it does the second one. This design is so spectacular, and the doll is such a great addition to our collection, and you can use it in so many ways, even just to have it as a decor around your house. Here you can see we are cutting the arms. And then we will remove the stabilizer and turn them inside out. And put them aside for the final steps. So here we go. The legs are done, the hands are done, and now we're starting to work on the petals for the flower, because we need them for the head. So if you want to make the contour on the stabilizer, you can make them. We only did that for one petal, and then you can see here we sped up the process. It does the contour of the petal, then it does some decorative stitches. Here you can see better the decorative stitches. And after this, we will take the hoop out, flip it, and add another piece of felt on the back. We cut the felt around the petals on the front and on the back of the hoop. And now it does the final contour. We used some variegated thread for a nice effect. So you have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 petals. I hope I'm not wrong. After you're done with all of them, just take them out of the hoop. If you're using water-soluble stabilizer, you will have even better result. We use the tearaway. So here you can see we already started on the body. On the stabilizer, on the tearaway stabilizer, we did the contour for the body, and then we will add the fabric for the body, right side up, a big piece of minky, and it will do the contour again. This will keep the fabric in place while it will do the other parts of the embroidery. Okay, so here you can see for the face we are adding a piece of water-soluble film, so the embroidery does not sink in. And after we tape it down, we take the hoop to the machine and it will embroider the face. Enjoy some speed embroidery! Now this is all done, and we remove the film that we put earlier. Be very careful not to take the design out of the hoop. And now it does the placing stitch for the petals. It will do a stitch around the head, and then we have to place the petals. Pay close attention, maybe watch this part multiple times if you need, to see how we arrange all the petals. We like symmetry, so we try to place them as perfectly as we could. So just place all of them. Here you can have a better look from above. They all go in the same direction on a side and in the other. So we add some tape to keep them in place, and back to the machine for the next contour. This will keep them in place when we add the fabric for the back. And after this, you will have to place the legs if you want to place them now and not sew them by hand later. So it will do the placing stitches for the legs, and then you add the legs, and then it will stitch them down, and then you add the fabric for the back. We skipped this part right here because we were testing something for the legs, and we just attached the legs by hand later. So you can see we add the back for the doll's body, another piece of minky right side facing down, and it did the contour. Next we are making the overalls because we need to give her some clothes. So this is a two-part design for this outfit. And first we did a contour on the stabilizer. For this design we start by making the back first and then the front. So this is the back, we made the contour, and then we stitched the marks for where the straps will be placed. We placed the straps and we stitched them down. Okay, and then we add another piece of not felt, polar fleece. I meant to say fleece, and we stitch it down. Okay, that's done, and that's it. This is all for the back. Oh, sorry. We also cut some extra fabric on the where the arms will be and on top. And now it will do some decorative stitching, and then it will be done. Be very careful with those straps so they do not get caught in the embroidery. So now you can see it does the decorative stitches. And it's all done. Time to remove the tape and to also remove this part from the hoop. place some stabilizer, and let's start with the front of the overalls. You can see it takes quite some time for us to select all the colors and assign the colors. It's fun to have a multi-needle, and because it goes by herself and it switches between colors, but it also takes some time to assign each needle with the right color so you don't mess up the design. Okay, so it started with the contour stitches, so we know where to place the fabric. And a piece of fabric of fleece will go over this, and it will do the contour again. Good, so this is done. And now we're taking the hoop out to make some cuts where the armpits are and also the top part. We left the bottom like it was for now. And now the same decorative stitches that were done for the back. And of course it will also make the hexagon and the B on the chest and the belt. So enjoy some music and let's see how the machine does it. And when this is all done, we take the first part that we already made and we try to align it as best as we can to place it right on top, and then it will do the final stitches. So it will do the stitches on the sides and in between the legs, the crotch area. Is that right how I said it? I'm not a native English speaker, and sometimes when I use words I'm nervous if they are correct. So is it called the crotch area? Leave a comment if not, if you left, if it's not called like this. And it's all done. Now we are taking it out of the hoop and we will start cutting around the sides and the bottom, and of course that cut we remove the stabilizer and then we'll have to do the cut in the middle between the legs. Okay, here you can see that cut. And we also remove the stabilizer from the front and then turn it inside out. We chose to place a bee on the chest of this outfit because we think it's very appropriate for this for our first flower doll, and we know bees love sunflowers. Here you can see we're cutting around and we are making those little snips. Here comes another one, just watch closely, here and here, so you can turn them. We remove the stabilizer and then we are turning the doll inside out. Are you excited? So we went inside and took some petals and pulled on those to make it easier to turn. This is the biggest size, so if you're doing the smaller size, prepare yourself a glass of patience to have on the side. But the result is worth the effort. So here the legs, the hands and everything else. So all we have to do is fill it and assemble it. And now I'm going to show you how I stitched the hands and the legs and everything else. So I'm going to do a ladder stitch, one stitch on the right, one stitch on the left, and this is how we do that invisible stitch, so no one knows that no one knows where the place is where we put the stuffing in. See? You can really tell it's there. And now I'm going to stitch the second hand or leaf and then the leg. You can see here how I stitched the leg. As I said, you can attach the legs later if you have a single needle machine and your machine has some trouble going over all those layers of fabric. You can just stitch them by hand at the end when assembling the body. And then I attached the leg to the body using the same stitch type, the ladder stitch. So I did a ladder stitch for the front, so one in the leg, one in the body, one in the leg, one in the body, and so on. And then I flipped the doll and did another row of stitches on the back of the leg, just to be sure that it stays in place and it does not pull and it looks right and it is safe for kids to play with. If you are going to give it to some kids, we are not. We are only keeping this for ourselves in our collection to enjoy. So this is it, the first leg, and you do the same for the second. After this one, all you have to do is place the overalls on the doll, sew the straps. Here we adjusted them and we added buttons. You can make buttonholes if you want to be able to change the clothes on the doll. We just stitch them together. And then you will see I stitched the hand both on the front and on the back with the same double stitching, the ladder stitch. And If you have a doll needle that goes through the body of the doll, you can use that also. So this is it. Thank you for being here and for watching us make this amazing doll. Make one for yourself, make one for someone you love, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more and more tutorials, for tips and tricks and everything else. Thank you for supporting us on this journey of doing embroidery projects. And watch me dance a little. Bye!
Mi paps, jou jou jou, jou jou jou. Mi paps, ach как вкусно, ням ням ням.